think we're live now. What's up, everybody?
What's going on?
Yeah, so this is live. Nobody's actually watching the account live, but I just use this as a recording.
Okay.
But yeah, welcome everybody. This is One Book Local Legends podcast. I'm here with Ron Costantino with Easy Peasy Junk Removal. He's local here in St. Petersburg, and yeah, it's been awesome to connect with you over the past year or so, joining BNI and just a great little business you got going, man.
Happy to be here.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me.
yeah, it's awesome. I mean, you're just a super positive guy all the time, and it just brings the energy to all our meetings. And yeah, so I guess just to learn a little bit more about you, Ron, like where are you from, and who's Ron?
All right. So I'm from St. Pete, born and raised. So I'm a local, almost 35 years. December, I turned 35. So
Nice.
I've been here for my whole life. I've visited other places, on vacation, but I've always been a local, and I plan on keeping it that way. Yeah, I started Easy Peasy Junk Removal 4 years ago, and I've been in BNI about 3.5 years, and I joined some other networking groups as well. I'm part of the chamber, part of MPI. So all these local networking groups, they help me network and give all my customers, all my friends, all my family, the best of the best for whatever they need.
What got you started in junk removal? What's that story?
So me and my best friend since second grade, we owned the business together, and we had just a little Ford Ranger, and he was kind of buying couches and selling couches with delivery as a side hustle because
Like on Facebook Marketplace?
Yep,
Yeah.
yeah, he was doing that while he was teaching, and he just wasn't making enough money, and he was working too many hours. So we put our heads together and we're like, what can we do with this trailer? And that's when we started hauling junk. And then we quickly realized that we need to put walls on this thing. So we built wooden walls, and we just, kept on hauling until we got a bigger trailer. And then now we have a dump truck and a dump trailer. So
Nice.
Yeah.
When was that? When did you guys get started?
it's been 4 years ago, July. So 4.5 years now.
So 2021?
Yeah.
Nice. So that was right after COVID, and
Yeah.
you guys were getting going. What were you doing before?
Oh, I've been in the hospitality my whole life. I have 21 years in the hospitality field, and I worked at a Maddie's Bar and Grill as a bartender. I was there for about 11 years.
I can see that.
Yeah, and I still work there every St. Patty's Day. So you'll see me
cool.
either bartending or passing out corned beef, or I'll be there doing something.
Where is that, Maddie's?
Oh, Maddie's Bar and Grill. In
Oh, okay,
Gulfport.
yeah, I've been there.
Right there.
That's a
on the
great
corner.
spot. Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, it's a tough industry, I know I've heard a lot from your side, but yeah, I guess getting started in that industry, you say it's a big asset business, right? You got to have a trailer, you have to have a truck, and what's your biggest, I guess, hump you've had to jump over during this whole process of building your business?
I'm glad you asked. So it's like our business is very easy to start up. All you need is a truck. All you need is a trailer. And you can get started with very minimum, like smaller equipment, and you cannot have insurance, and you can just, charge a lower rate. And that's the reason why it's so hard for us to price out jobs, because our competition is just, working to work, and they're not paying for commercial auto insurance. They're not, paying for employees. So they're charging a lower rate, and that's where it's hard for us to price out jobs, because we lose a lot of jobs that we don't get because we can't go that low. We wouldn't make money.
Yeah.
So that's our biggest hurdle, because a lot
Just
of
dealing
our
with somebody that gets fired or something. Like, I've got a truck, I can go pick up
yeah
everybody's thing just under quote on Facebook Marketplace or wherever they're seeing leads, and
sometimes they're just bringing stuff to dump illegally, like throwing it in the dumpster behind Walgreens or CVS, or they're just burning it in their backyard. We dump legally. We dump at the dump. We dump at the recycling facilities wherever we need to bring the stuff to. So yeah, it's
That's
a little bit
great.
of a process.
Going to like all your services that you guys are doing. I know you just added on the hazardous side, but what as far as like junk removal, you
Yeah.
guys, go into it.
So yeah, I do a full service junk removal. So we can do anything. You pretty much point, and we'll haul it away. No matter how big it is, no matter what it's made of. We usually can. We usually have everything to remove it right away. And we also have a weekend dumpster drop off where we drop off our 15-yard dump trailer. It has some added wooden walls to make it even a little bit bigger, but we drop that off every weekend for a rate of 275. It includes the first ton, but we can only do it on the weekends because we only have the one dump trailer and we fill it all week. But we also do demolition of any kind. So we were just in a condo on the 7th floor, knocking out some concrete walls, ripping out a kitchen, breaking up some flooring. There was tile. There was
That's
LVP.
the fun part of the job, I'm sure.
Yeah, there was LVP under, and then tile underneath, and then bricks concreted down to the floor underneath to like raise that section so it didn't have a step down.
Oh, damn.
So we had to rip all that out.
You could really get some, energy out doing that, or just
yeah, absolutely.
Instead of going boxing, do some demolition for money.
Yeah, and then sometimes we get to go into the equipment with the big excavator, and we get to bulldoze a house and just grab it and just shred it. That's the fun stuff.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
So I guess I know you started the new side of.
Oh.
Is it? It's not part of Easy Peasy, but it's a different branch business. Basically,
It's basically a sister company. It's
Okay.
It's Tampa Bay Biohazard Cleaners.
Sweet.
So it's basically junk removal and demolition, but we're in a hazmat suit. We have a bunch of chemicals. There's a certification. We can work with insurances to charge, insurances.
Nice.
So
that's something you could throw on the app as far as the certification and insurance as well.
Yeah, ICRC certified.
Yeah.
We are. So
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we remove any type of biohazard. I don't want to get too gross, but it's like crime scene or death cleanup. And then there's other stuff too, like.
Well, I haven't heard of a job that you haven't been able to do. Do you have one that you've turned down that you kind of think about?
No, I just
you do everything.
Some people think that scrap should be free because that people make money off of that, and it's like I can't do that because I have to pay my employees, so I can't work for free. But other than something like that, no, there's nothing we've turned down. We've pulled a big satellite dish that was cemented into the ground.
Wow.
There was a massive smoker like the size of the biggest like bookshelf ever, and we had to cut it in fours to be able to lift it. We've had a big safe. We've had pianos.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know of anything that we wouldn't do.
What's the craziest one? I know you mentioned just a few, but what's the one they're like, holy crap, I just
big or heavy?
Or just
probably the safe.
General.
The safe. It took us.
Safes are intense.
It took 3 of us to tip it onto the trailer and push it in.
Yeah.
To just get it over in.
That's probably the easy part, because I was actually, when my first job out of college, I was a mover, and I worked for a professional company, and we moved everything, but yeah, I couldn't imagine, especially, do you run into a lot of hoarders or?
Yes. Oh, and that's another thing that we specialize in with the new company too. Yes, we can handle hoarder jobs for the regular junk removal, but we can go more into depth with the Tampa Bay Biohazard. Like right now, we're working with a guy, and he just has piles of everything everywhere, and we need to remove the flooring underneath the piles, but we need to move the pile here, remove the carpet, and then remove the pile right back where it is, not facing the different way, facing the correct way. And it's just like we have to work one at a time, go very carefully, and there's cleaning process that we got to do that with the removal. So
Do you just do you quote out by the hour at that point for some of those things, or how do you?
yeah, we kind of have a daily rate, and but we kind of broke it down. Um,
Like on the
yeah,
spot?
like well,
Or-
we didn't charge him hourly. We just assumed how many days it would take,
Mm,
and then we charged him as the whole job.
I got you.
So yeah,
It's always tough. I mean, I
Yeah.
couldn't imagine.
we had to add for the time though, because
Yeah.
we knew he was going to be like that. So
Yeah.
we were able to work with him like that.
Like put it in the exact right
Mhm.
order and everything.
Yep, taking pictures, taking videos. We got 3 people. Goes one way back.
What's do you have a favorite tool that you like using other than your
Sawzall?
Sawzall?
Sawzall. There's a big old sledgehammer that has like the pointy end on one end.
Just
Um,
break everything up.
Yep, breaking stuff is fun. I have this crowbar. If anybody's in construction or demolition, it's called the Gutster, and it has these like 2 teeth. And if you have like a joist with deck boards, or if you have drywall with like some 2x4s, you can put it on the 2x4 and pry up the deck board or the drywall, and it's just
Just
a
works like a charm.
huge crowbar, and it's got so much power.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these tools, it's like the smallest thing really makes a difference in your day to day.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. What
If
was
I
that one
had-
called again?
Gutster.
Gutster.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Gutser.
But I've got my handy crowbar for things, but
Yeah.
I haven't dealt anything with what you're dealing with in a while.
I'll have to get a skid steer soon too, like one of those little ride-on skid steers. That would be super helpful with the grabber. They call them the thumb.
Yep.
That'd be awesome for like brush jobs, even like big piles of construction debris.
Just to help lift and get it to the truck.
Dump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as far as the small business goes, you've been in it for 4 years. If you could go back to 2021 and tell yourself to do something differently, or just give yourself a piece of advice, what would that be?
I think we grew too quickly, and that could just be my opinion. We needed the dump trailer. We needed, we were getting big jobs, and without it, we would have had to turn down those jobs.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if we would have stayed smaller and for a little bit longer, we would have saved a lot on insurance. We would have saved on other things, and we could have just manned it out. And, while we were on the budget,
Mm-hmm.
as far as our hard expenses, if we would have grinded then, that's where the real money is. Because as soon as you get too big, it's like a catch-22. I have to network. I have to sales, right? I have to do my door-to-door or whatever it is that I'm doing. But if I'm working all day, I have no time to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I have to work all day because I have all this commercial auto insurance. I have all these expenses. So it's like you need money to make money, and everything's $10,000. If I want a skid steer, $10,000. If I want a dump trailer, $10,000. And it's like I can't afford it yet because I pay so much every single month, every day.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's growth is tough, especially in like asset heavy businesses where you've got those trucks. I mean, I was talking about my van, and I couldn't imagine. I mean, I feel lucky sometimes I'm dealing with software, but I mean, it breaks just as much and can be a different kind of headache, and costs $10,000 from a different perspective. But yeah, that's a great piece of advice. I mean, if anybody's, I feel like the trades is what people are going to be moving into regardless. As that's going to be where our economy goes, is people are going to have to get their hands dirty, and the people that are already in the trades are going to have an advantage.
Yeah.
So
Everybody's trying to sit at home behind the computer desk, and there's plenty of work out here.
Yep. Yeah, I guess my other question would be, how can one book help you? I know we've just got you signed up. We haven't
Yeah.
necessarily gotten you to get you any business through it yet, but our goal is to connect people one to one, so they know Ron, they trust that you're going to be coming to their jobs, and and every time they want to hire you, to be able to schedule with you during your schedule. I guess, have you used anything else in the past? Angie's List, Thumbtack, Home Advisor, and what would you expect from a platform like we're trying to build?
So I've dabbled a little bit in Angie's List and Thumbtack when we first started out, but it was kind of like a pay for lead, and I think um, with my competition out there,
Mm-hmm.
we're always racing to the bottom dollar.
Yeah.
So we were just paying, and we weren't getting the work or we were going so low to get the job after paying the lead price. We just weren't making enough. So
Mm-hmm.
but we went to other things like networking, and that was like the only form of advertisement we've ever used.
Mm.
Um,
You on Google and are you paying for any advertising on Google or Facebook and
No,
any of
it's
that?
a lot of authentic. Like, we get a lot of repeat customers,
Yep.
but the thing is, a lot of our customers only need us once, twice, maybe 3 times a year.
Right.
So it's like very sporadic. Not it's just it takes a while for our customer to come back.
Yeah, it's not necessarily even like seasonal. It's when they need to get rid of some
Yeah, it's
stuff
like,
that
yeah.
they can't do themselves.
Yeah, it's like they're not going to buy a new couch every other weekend and
Right.
call me up. Hey, I got another couch for you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and that's exactly what we're trying to accomplish is just that relationship building, which you're already doing through BNI and these other networking groups, but
I don't really have like a thing to keep track of all that. I don't have a CRM. I've never even really used one. I just kind of use what my phone has, my phone contacts with every other app that there is that I have, but I don't have like a CRM.
Yeah, and we built that new side of it, so hopefully you can start using it just to even just keep their names into one designated place. But yeah, I was excited about what we built with the CRM side, because it used to be a one-sided tool, right, where you can be found and booked and paid all from their side, but now you can do it from your side too. So you can book them into your schedule when you see you're available, invoice them from any point of the transaction, and then at the very end get a rating your review that's more organic system.
Very nice.
So yeah, we're excited about it, and
I like the Google review at the end too. That helps. It help the good people stand out because it gives them their chance to shine.
Yeah, and we haven't added the Google review. I guess we could. We wanted to build our own review internal system with OneBook, so it's like only completed jobs on OneBook will be, combined.
That's nice.
Because with Google or any of the other ones, somebody could have a bad day and send you a 1-star just because you looked at them wrong.
There's also the fake bad reviews that people are
could
like,
be a different business competitor. Could be
competitor, like paying somebody online to bad review.
Yeah, it's a weird system. So we're trying to stand out, and yeah, it's cool that you have that experience with Thumbtack, and I think Thumbtack is probably the most sane out of all the platforms. Angie says and Home Advisor and Porch and everything else just went down this complete kind of garbage cycle.
Yeah, there's so many bad stories from so many people.
So I've heard like not only bad jobs but death threats, like taking their dogs. I've heard some crazy stories, and it's like you said, it's a race to the bottom at that point. and and some people just take the money and go. It's crazy, and we should have a better system where it's you understand who that exactly is. I built it mainly for my cousin who was a plumber, but helping them on the business side, but also on the customer side, I've got a single mom, a single mother-in-law. They live at home by themselves. They don't know who to hire.
Yeah.
So they're always either reaching out to me or reaching out to, I usually reach out to, who do I reach out to? I can't even tell you. Now it's like whoever's in BNI because we have that awesome internal connection.
It's amazing.
But people outside, customers that just are living their lives, they don't know where to go or just move to a new community.
Yeah.
And we're hoping to build a better relationship with our trade pros.
Yeah, and having something to look at and like see the reviews, see things about them. It's more than just a Google search where you just see some things. It could just be pictures. It could not even be their work online.
It could be their face that helps you make a better decision. Everybody has their own preference.
Exactly.
Definitely ratings or reviews, even just like who's available now.
Yeah, that's another thing too.
But I did forget one question before I started going on a tangent on one book. What's your best tip in waste removal? Like if somebody were to hire you or someone really needed your service, like I know you mentioned the tool that you use to really get that out, but like this is always an interesting one because I have to frame it. It's in order to like get rid of waste easier. You can go down these rabbit holes where you just add on problems, break the flooring in your whole house just by trying to take out tile or something like that.
Right.
But what's like one tip or like one no from people trying to do it themselves or at least set it up for a job for you that you're like just
safety.
Yeah.
Safety first. If you're doing anything dangerous, even if you've done it before, it doesn't hurt to just take a refresher 5-minute YouTube video. Just, you might even find a tip or trick
I love that.
on that you didn't know. Like, even if it's like, oh, I got to shovel dirt. Like, let me look up a video. Oh, bend your knees, use this technique. You'll be able to shovel way longer.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I would have never thought of that. Or, maybe there's a new tool out and it's like, but yeah, safety first. Watch some YouTube videos.
Put on your goggles, put on your gloves.
Protect the things around you. If you're swinging hammers, who's behind you? What's behind what you're hitting? Is there a window in the background?
No,
things
that's
like
great
that.
advice for sure. Yeah.
And if you have junk or demo, just send me some pictures, send me a description, give me a call. I'm happy to give you a conversation with you because some people, they're like, oh, I got some stuff in the garage. I got some stuff in the living room. And it's like, they're fully capable of lifting all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I can advise them, hey, you should have a weekend dumpster drop off. It sounds like you have stuff everywhere and you want time to like go through it.
Yeah.
And you're capable. So this is how you save money. You would fill it yourself. Or if it's like a bunch of furniture, big heavy dressers, a pull-out couch, I could be like, yeah, I can help you, let us, lift that for you,
It is an amazing service, especially when like, I'm a DIY guy all the time. I even tried to get into my car and I messed that up, but I have the van, so I don't have a truck. And so, I always think that I am strong enough to do it, but when I get it out, how am I going to get it anywhere?
Right.
Like I can lift it outside, but if I can't get in the van, then I can't take it anywhere. So
that's
like,
perfect because if you can get it outside,
yeah,
that means I can get it on the truck by myself and I could also come at any time. I can like put it flexible because you don't have to be there to let me in.
Complimentary service to any part of the junk removal.
Well, we
process.
Can lower the price.
Yeah.
It's if I can pull up to it or if it's already outside, I don't need to bring a second person. I don't need,
Right.
I can just come flexible in the day. I don't have to meet you at a certain time so you can let me in. You know what I mean? It's already
Yeah.
outside. So you don't even have to be there. You could be at work and I can just collect from you later. I can just,
Well, I'll take that into consideration,
Yeah.
man. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
always pushing myself into a corner and
yeah, if you have a pile of junk, man, hey, it's outside. Take a picture.
Yeah, no,
boom,
that's
send me an
awesome that you're
address.
a lot of people aren't flexible like that, which is cool. I mean, like
Yeah.
I said, every time anybody has something, especially in BNI, I haven't heard one time from anybody that they're like, he'll do anything or
Yeah.
remove anything,
Yeah.
Which
And
is
even,
it's a cool thing. It
Yeah.
might even be a cool play on what if you're doing like social media and like anything you got, we'll take out.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Dinosaur bones. Yeah, I'm a big sustainability freak, so I'm always, and I know you've got the heart to like take it to the right recyclable place, the battery. I know
Yes.
you're in the hazardous space now, so you are more knowledgeable about where it needs to go and all that.
Yeah. You actually can't put biohazard in the dump.
Yeah.
It goes to its own space and its own specific boxes and stuff.
Well, not only is it illegal, it's just like,
yeah, it's just,
you could mess up our planet.
Yeah.
One person can do the wrong thing and mess up a whole community.
Yeah.
With doing it the wrong way.
Yeah, and there's like
We're talking
so
about
many
those lithium
things.
batteries the other day, and
Yeah, even like the scooters and stuff like that, they have
Mhm.
them, the e-bikes, paint, chemicals, there's, yeah, so many different things.
Have you been working with that any like electronics, I guess waste facilities?
Not,
Yeah.
we don't really get a lot. I think the scrapper guys get a lot of the big accounts that
Mm.
deal with large electronic waste. We've had, a good amount inside of a garage or a good amount inside of a warehouse, but not like a commercial amount. Just
I
stuff
gotcha.
that, yeah, I called like, hey, can this go in? Can this not go in? And they just tell,
I gotcha.
because they used to take TVs and certain plasma TVs or certain computers screens
Mhm.
at the facility, but now there's so few of those in existence. It's not a thing anymore. They say just put it into the regular landfill.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I know Tampa. So I do want to just hear from. We talked briefly after the storms, but you had this whole thing with how long the lines were during the hurricanes, right?
Right after the storms. So at one point, right after, everybody was going to landfill all at once, and the lines were like at least 2 hours long, like right at first, right at the beginning, minimum. And then they shut down the main landfill. So we all had to go to the smaller landfills, the like Sarnago and Waste Management and Angelo's, and they're just much smaller. So it was like a 4 hour wait, pretty much. So if you have one dump truck and one dump trailer and you're full and you have nowhere to dump, that means we have a list of customers that we can't get to because we have nowhere to dump. So it was like I could help one or two people a day. 50 people calling me.
Were they
a
only
day.
taking commercial at one point, like commercial dumpers, or were they taking all?
I think they were just taking any. It was, yeah. There was people in U-Hauls. Like people were just. It was
just trying to get cleaned out.
Yeah, and then when they shut down the main landfill, it was really rough. And at one point there was no gas. I had to drive my mom's car at like 2 o'clock in the morning, driving around to find gas.
Yeah, I did that a few times.
Yeah.
For the generator. Yeah.
But then they opened it up, and when they opened it up, the lines were still very long, but they weren't long in the middle of the night. So I could fill both trucks, and then I could wake up in the middle of the night, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. I wake up in the middle of the night anyway, and then I could just pull up and then dump at the landfill.
Wow.
And yeah, everything was hurricane debris, so they didn't care what it was. There was no separating anything. Everything was just such a mess. It was like just get it in, dump it.
I remember
Let
us
the
following
machines do the work.
my wife's realtor, who's now owns a waste company, and he did a whole YouTube video and it came viral, and then he was on like the news channel and everything. I forget exactly what he was saying, but same kind of thing. It was you couldn't dump anywhere. I mean, it was people, everything got ruined in people's houses, and they were just throwing out into their front yard. The biggest worry that I had was the second storm. If it came through, it was just gonna pick all that dump up and put it into the Gulf.
Exactly.
And that would have been the worst case scenario. Luckily, that didn't happen. But
yeah, and then everybody was like telling. I was trying to vent to everybody, like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I can't get to you guys. The landfill is closed. They will not let me dump." And that was the hardest thing for me. Like, I can't help all these people that are asking for my help. And then I had people telling me that I should be more grateful that the city's coming to help. And it's like, but I can help too. I'm here now, and the city isn't here yet. And you guys are forcing me to not be able to help. Like it was so hard.
I think that was it. I think he was saying that, they were
Small
telling people to
businesses,
not hire local businesses
Exactly.
because the city was going to do it, which they didn't have enough trucks to support that in any way.
And why not just let
Like,
more
let the
people
local,
help?
yeah, let the
Why not
local
let
small
everybody
businesses, guy like Ron, and do it. They're here,
Yeah,
and before all the out of staters get word of it, and then you have to contract out to them, you might as well support your local junk removal guys.
exactly.
Yeah, that was it. That was what upset me too. I shared his stuff as much as I could, but I remember he was pissed, and but yeah, that's the thing with these storms, man. People come running from across the country just to get some work, and I think that's another thing we're trying to solve too. Is if you're on One Book, you're a local, you can verify that they're a local business, and not have to worry about somebody charging an arm and a leg just because you need to get it done. Because those storms, you're like, I need the stuff removed. I need everything from a plumber. My toilets are messed up. My water's messed up. Electrician.
Yeah.
I even ran into one where I thought this guy was a decent licensed guy, and he might have been, but it just didn't work out for the person that I referred him to, and everybody cuts corners at that point, and I felt really bad because he wasn't on One Book, and I just referred the first person I thought that was recommended, but yeah, it's tough, man. The trade service is not an easy thing to get into, but if you do it right, if you're quality, you do the right thing, then you can make a name for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, Ron, I appreciate you coming out, man. Well, I'm excited to get you fully set up on there and see what business we can get out of it. And anything we can do to help you, I'm definitely going to share this on our channels. And yeah, we'll work through the app as we go. And anything that we can do to help you. I mean, the invoicing side might be the first step. I know that's the only other software you're using at the moment, but yeah, it's always a pleasure. Last question, since you're local here in St. Pete,
Of course.
What's your favorite go-to restaurant?
Oh, probably O'Maddie's.
O'Maddie's
Bar and Grill. Yeah. The Hammer. It's got roast beef. It's a cheeseburger with roast beef. You got horseradish on the side. Au jus. You dip it in the au jus.
Oh God,
it's amazing. And they got jalapeno mac and cheese.
Oh my gosh,
so good. Yeah.
How'd they do with the storm?
They did get affected pretty bad. A lot of stuff got washed out, but they were very quick and they got everything dried out and remediated. And they had all hands on deck. Everybody was coming and helping. I couldn't drop any dumpsters off because I was loading up my trailer nonstop.
Yeah.
So Joey with St. Pete Hauling helped the owner of O'Matty's with a few dumpsters very quickly right after the storm.
Nice.
And then I've been hauling all the stuff. They've been building the addition, upstairs addition.
Yeah.
So anything that they've demoed, like the old covering, patio covering, they took all that down.
I got you.
Put it next door and had me pick it up. So
What days are you working?
I don't
You're not
one day a
Maddie's
year.
anymore?
1 day a year.
Oh,
St.
just on
Patty's
St.
Day.
Patty's
Yep.
Day. Okay.
I used to be every Sunday lunch, but now that I own two businesses and I'm doing so much, I can't.
Yeah, I misheard you. I thought it was 1 day a week for some reason.
It used to be, but now it's 1 day a year.
I love it. I'll definitely remember that during St. Patty's Day. I'll come by but always a pleasure, Ron.
Yeah.
Thanks for jumping on the podcast. And if you need junk removal in St. Pete, make sure you go to One Book and find Ron with Easy Peasy.
Junk removal's hard. We make it easy. Thanks
That's
for
right,
having me.
buddy. Appreciate it, dude. Cool.